On June 18, 2023, the Titan submersible set off from Newfoundland, Canada, carrying a crew of 5 on a voyage to explore the Titanic wreckage. Led by Stockton Rush, the CEO of OceanGate Expeditions, the team embarked on this daring adventure with audacious curiosity. However, their radio signal soon vanished, and they found themselves trapped in a chilling nightmare. Stockton, an experienced pilot with a background in the aerospace industry, founded OceanGate in 2009. The company started offering Titanic expeditions in 2021, backed by significant fundraising. Their latest investment totaled $18 million, demonstrating their willingness to take risks. Stockton Rush, the CEO of OceanGate Expeditions, displayed a spirit of adventure and risk-taking in a 2022 interview where he emphasized the importance of taking risks. He questioned the concept of safety and criticized regulations that he believed stifled innovation. Joining him in the Titan submersible was Hamish Harding, a British billionaire known for his extreme adventures and world records. Paul-Henri Nargeolet, a former French Navy commander and deep-sea exploration expert, brought his experience and knowledge of the Titanic wreck. Shahzada Dawood, a Pakistani-British entrepreneur, and his son Suleman Dawood also joined the crew. Corporation back home, and also sat on the board for his family's foundation and the SETI Institute, famed for its search for extraterrestrial life. These 5 passengers aboard the Titan shared a profound connection, a deep-sea interest, and significant achievements in airspace and sea exploration. Coupled with the financial wherewithal to chase these passions, OceanGate's Titanic expeditions came with a hefty price tag of up to $250,000 per person. But the firm's mission was more than just catering to deep-sea tourism. They aspired to advance research on the wreck and its surrounding debris, unveiling the mysteries shrouding the deep sea. The Titanic wreck site is perilous and unpredictable. Expressed Dick Barton. Dick Barton was the first British man to dive the Titanic and went on to make 22 dives to the wreck. In his conversation with Good Morning Britain, he spoke of the consistent ebb and flow of water currents and the amount of power it takes to stay on track when you're buried deep in the ocean. Power conservation is critical. Your power is your lifeline, and your guide. The situation down there becomes critical. Of a calamity forces the crew to vacate the pod on the sea floor. Simon Boxall, a renowned oceanography expert, painted a grim picture. The pressure at 3,800 meters beneath the surface is extraordinary. It's a death trap. Escape attempts at depth would last a mere fraction of a second. As a result, if there is an issue at that depth, rescuing the submersible and its occupants necessitates rising the vessel back to the surface. Operating in international waters, the Titan was free from any safety regulations, carrying no seaworthiness certification from any authority. David Pogue, a reporter who undertook the expedition in 2022, revealed that the Titan passenger must sign a waiver. It acknowledges that they're stepping into an experimental vessel without any approval or certification by any regulatory body, with potential risk of physical harm, disability, emotional distress, or even death. Mike Reese, a TV producer and another expedition participant, noted the ominous repetition of death 3 times on the first page of the waiver. The Titan has made 3 expeditions to the Titanic wreck site, the first of which was July 2021. In 2022, David Pogue was on board when the ship happened to lose communication during a dive. Poe's December 2022 report questioned Titan sub safety. In the report, Poe commented to Stockton and that it seemed like the submersible had some elements of MacGyver. Jerry Rigner, Stockton's avant-garde mind, created Titan's controls using a video game controller that tricked many people and didn't know if it was a serious thing or a joke. Within the submersible, Pogue stated that he noticed the Logitech Bluetooth game controller was used to steer and pitch the submersible, and construction pipes were used as a ballast. Also on that dive, one of the thrusters of the Titan was accidentally installed backward, and the submersible started spinning in circles when trying to move forward near the seafloor. As a BBC documentary, Take Me to the Titanic. The Titan submersible, although petite and teardrop-shaped, had limited capabilities compared to a naval submarine. It measured 22 feet long and could accommodate 5 people, resembling the size of a minivan. It lacked seats but had a small toilet and a single porthole window. The design made it unsuitable for extended underwater stays or unassisted port arrivals, relying on constant support from the mothership, the Polar Prince. Passengers on the Titan were given sandwiches and water for a 10-hour journey, with only 20 minutes allocated to view the Titanic wreckage. The compass on board behaved erratically during the voyage. The Titan relied on a text messaging system instead of GPS, and its life support system had limited oxygen reserves of 96 hours. In case of an emergency, the crew would require external assistance to exit the submersible due to its sealed design with 17 different bolts. OceanGate Expeditions, a private entity specialized in deep-sea exploration, conducted numerous expeditions with its fleet of 3 submersibles: Antipode Cyclops 1 and Titan. Titan, capable of diving up to 13,100 feet, attracted attention due to concerns about its safety and development. OceanGate claimed collaboration with Boeing and NASA, though both denied direct involvement. There were concerns about OceanGate's experimental approach and disregard for safety standards, leading to industry-wide worry. The lack of oversight and adherence to established safety standards raised red flags. One former director of marine operations, David Lockridge, raised concerns about inadequate testing and advocated for engaging a classification agency, ultimately leading to his dismissal. OceanGate management faced scrutiny and dismissal due to unresolved issues. They relied on acoustic tests rather than proper safety measures, leading to contract violations. The case was settled out of court in 2018. On June 19, 2023, the submersible began its descent towards the Titanic, experiencing minor setbacks. Despite the crew's initial excitement, a sense of dread set in as they ventured deeper into the ocean. Contact with the surface vessel was abruptly lost around 9:45 a.m., turning the expedition into a nightmare. The northeast sector of the U.S. Coast Guard and the Royal Canadian Air Force initiated a rescue operation 900 nautical miles off Cape Cod, Massachusetts. The operation faced challenges such as low visibility, rough sea conditions, and frigid temperatures. Despite lacking underwater vessels, the U.S. Coast Guard and Canada deployed aircraft and sonar buoys. The U.S. Navy's deep submergence rescue vehicle couldn't reach the necessary depths. The arrival of the pipeline ship Deep Energy brought 2 remotely operated vehicles for the operation. The Canadian Co-140 Aurora detected underwater noises while searching for a submersible. The U.S. Coast Guard acknowledged these sounds, but their source was unknown. A Canadian plane previously spotted a floating object, but the ship investigating it was redirected to trace the origin of the underwater noises. A Canadian tugboat and a French remote-controlled vehicle were deployed to search for the missing submersible. The U.S. Coast Guard later discovered debris from the submersible near the Titanic wreck. The debris confirmed the submersible's loss due to the pressure chamber exploding. The bodies of the 5 crew members may never be recovered. The chances of recovering any remains are low due to the inhospitable deaths. Experts believe the crew died instantly upon impact. The impact on the victims' families has been profound.